Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
to Let's Get Acquainted Night 2020. I am Mrs. Abrantes,
And I'm Mrs. Kelly.
and we are going to do our virtual presentation for you. So bear with us because we haven't done this way before. So I'm going to go into present mode. Hopefully.
So we have a PowerPoint that we traditionally share with parents here in the room during Let's Get Acquainted Night. So we're going to share it via PowerPoint for you guys to view at home.
Okay. So first we want to welcome you. And we'll get started right away. Here we are. This is the first grade team. Myself, Mrs. Abrantes.
Mrs. Kelly.
And then Mrs. Jager, who is with us part of the day in and out. She is also in kindergarten, which is why she's not in this presentation at the moment. But she does spend a lot of the day with the first graders. So we are putting this slide up, especially on a year like this, because we are all in this together. And we just want you to know we think of you and us and your students as a team and kind of a learning journey. We do want to talk about communication. We use a couple different ways to communicate. We use the traditional ways, but we also use Seesaw. And this is a great platform to show student work, and families can comment and see work your children do. And then for parents especially, we love Remind. So if you haven't signed up for Remind, just send us a quick message or email and we'll make sure we get you signed up for that.
And just a tip, when you're using Remind, it is private. Your phone number is not shared and no one else can see the messages that you're sending the teachers. That's just communication between us and you.
We do have a quick little video that does demonstrate our philosophy with first graders and their learning developmentally. So we do want to share that with you quickly. It will add a little time to our video, but we do feel it's important.
Nobody's born smart. We all start at zero. Can't talk, can't walk, certainly can't do algebra. Adding, reading, riding a bike. Nobody's good at anything at first. There was a time when Einstein couldn't count to 10. And Shakespeare had to learn his ABCs just like the rest of us. Thankfully, we're born to learn. Slowly, surely, you stumble, slip, crawl, fall, and fail and fall. Frustrating, confusing, trying, struggling, until one day, you walk. One foot in front of the other, one idea on top of the next, each wrong answer making your brain a little bit stronger. Failing is just another word for growing, and you keep going. This is learning. Knowing that you'll get it, even if you haven't gotten it yet. Because the most beautiful, complex concepts in the whole universe are built on basic ideas that anyone, anywhere, can understand. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you only have to know one thing. You can learn anything.
And I feel that is especially true this year, not just for your students, but for their teachers and parents, because wow, are we learning a lot about how to deliver instruction with the different models we have going on in our rooms this year.
All right, so our schedule, we've shared this with you before. We start our day at 7:45 promptly. I know that students are getting dropped off by parents this year more, and the buses are a little staggered, releasing children into the building. But we do start at 7:45 with our morning work and routines. The children are unpacking, they're getting their folders out, checking for notes, and getting right into their morning work. Even if you're home, logging on at 7:45 and getting yourselves ready to start the day. At 8 o'clock or shortly after, we start our phonics time from 8 to 8:20, and we roll right into writing workshop. And we follow this schedule throughout the day. 9 o'clock reading workshop. We move on to word work and handwriting at 10. Some days we have two specials, one starting at 10 and the other starting at 10:30. We have math right before WIN, and then we break for lunch And then right after lunch, we head out to recess. And then we end our day with either science, social studies, maybe some keyboarding, some STEM, and some leader and me time. And by 2:13, we're packed up and ready to head out to the buses.
So, and just quickly, if you saw the words up there, snack, we have snack around reading workshop time. So thank you to families sending in those snacks each day. We do have emergency supplies, and you might get a remind from us occasionally throughout the year looking for emergency snacks to be sent in. And thank you to the families. We've had a number of families already send in some emergency snacks for us. So we do.
Yeah, we're stocked up pretty good for now. We'll let you know if we need more.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about curriculum, and I'll begin with our math instruction. So our math starts with a problem every day where the kids have manipulatives out in front of them. And again, at this level, we are really trying to teach everything in a concrete manner so they really can explore, manipulate, try out things. Then we move to a visual learning bridge. And then typically in a non-COVID year, we would move to small group instruction. This year we cannot, so we're doing the best we can, making smaller groups with the spacing. And we'll just keep doing it that way. Things are going pretty well. We do want you to know wherever you are, home or at school, anything can be a manipulative, but the more hands-on these kids can have with these problems, the easier, the better it is for their brains to kind of process what's going on. So we strongly recommend anything, toes, fingers, spoons, crayons, stuff we sent home, cubes, but use manipulatives. Another really important thing in these early years is building fact fluency. Later in the year, we will start a program called Reflex. Not everybody starts that at the same time. You really need to be developmentally ready. By second grade, every student should be starting Reflex. Right now, honestly, I know it's old school, but flashcards are a great way to practice fact fluency. And again, if you read below, just students, it's like sight words. If they know their facts and know their sight words, it just creates a much easier time when it comes to harder problems, just like snap words help with more difficult reading.
Just one other extra tidbit for math. Mr. Kelly, who is our math AIS teacher here at Lake George, he has been sharing his time with us during math. He spends a little bit of time in Mrs. Abrante's room and then some time in Mrs. Kelly's room. But if your students are mentioning that they're working on their math with Mr. Kelly, he is with us at math time. So we're going to talk a little bit about reading workshop. We follow the workshop model, which has the teachers starting each lesson with a mini lesson where we provide the students with a skill that we want them to try when they are reading independently. So we model, we have books that we share with the students. We highlight different things, different strategies. We started talking to them about reading strategies this week. And then they break off into their independent reading time. And that's where we're building our stamina and getting them used to reading by themselves and trying to problem solve. Teachers are conferencing during that time, bopping around and listening to the kids read. And sometimes at the end of our independent reading time, we will have a share where someone might bring up a book that they've read by themselves and show us how they've applied that strategy. One of our 10 o'clock time slots, if we're not at specials, we'll be working on our Words Their Way spelling program. And the children will be doing different activities with a word list where they'll be sorting those words and practicing the different spelling patterns that are in the words.
So Writers Workshop, we have three main units that we cover throughout the year. We're in narrative writing right now, which is small moments, and it's the students writing stories about something they did, something that happened to them. We will also do a nonfiction unit and an opinion piece unit. So we will have lots of writing this year. We will use Seesaw to publish our writing, so you can be looking for those things to come home when families have connected to Seesaw.
For science, we alternate between 3 units of study. Plant and animal structures will be our first unit. We talk about the sun, the moon, and the stars, and we also have a unit on properties.
And again, science is very hands-on, so the kids usually enjoy that unit. Social studies, you've probably maybe heard your students coming home and talking about good citizenship. That is the unit we have just begun. We really focus on classroom citizenship and then citizen of our community, and then we move on to global citizens. So these are the other units we will be working on throughout the year.
Some afternoons we talk about our Leader in Me program. The students will be working in a Leader in Me workbook, and they also will all have their own leadership binder where they can stash away things that they have felt is an example of their success. And when they're a leader at something, they can put it in their binder. But this is a school-wide program that we use to ensure good behaviors throughout the day.
So you're probably going to notice we are going a little faster because your students are coming back in about 2 minutes. So birthday celebrations, it is a COVID year. So we've had a few birthdays already. We are celebrating in school. We're singing, we're dancing. We have a little gift bag that's going home with students, but sadly, it's probably not the best time to be sending in things from home, but we do promise we will recognize and have fun with them here. And then when this whole COVID thing passes, we can certainly get back to bringing in things.
We have a program for families who have gone through any changes. It's called Banana Splits. And Katie Price is the coordinator for the Banana Splits program. Her email is there on the screen. If you feel like your child might benefit from that, you can reach out to a classroom teacher or to Katie.
So again, we talked a little bit about communication. We added Google Classroom to the slide for this year. So I'll leave it there for a moment. The green folder that goes home, that nightly take-home folder, that is a great way to put notes and any kind of daily communication that the office may need, papers. Homework, when we start that, will go home in those folders and can come back in those folders each day.
And we are not going to be sending home any homework right away. We'll certainly be communicating with you when we're ready to start that. But if we do start sending homework, it will be in the green folder. It might be a math paper or a book to read at home. But we'll keep you posted on when homework might start.
All right. Well, we made it. We have about 30 seconds to spare. Thank you so much for watching our virtual Let's Get Acquainted night. And please always communicate in any way when you ever need us for anything. We are here for you guys. We know it's going to be an interesting year, but we're ready for the challenge. And we, again, are just so grateful to be in person with the students that can be here and virtual with those of you at home. So, okay, have a great night. Thanks
Bye.
for joining us.